G'day viewers, Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel. Here's my update on restoring this Astor FP radio dated 1947. So yeah, this is the first actual beginning of restoring this radio video. So what I've done since the last video showing the radio and showing the chassis is I've so far dremeled the surface rust off the parts. Well, not all of it, of course, but as much as I could, the Dremel wire brush could easily get off. So yeah, there is plenty of surface rust on the top side of the radio chassis. Unfortunately, on the speaker section. Trying to work out what that actually is, whether it's a speaker tweeter or something like that. Because yeah, I'm taking a wild guess it's a tweeter, but I'll have to read over the notes and find out. But yeah, I don't really know at this point. But anyway, yeah, I've just dremeled the transformer, so got much of the surface rust off that. Dremeled areas where there's obviously surface rust. I've also taken the valves out, and I've cleaned the I've dremeled the metal cans, cleaned the surface rust off that, or most of it. So there's two metal can in two halves. So they're relatively cleaned up now. I've also cleaned up the mains plug. Managed just to brass up the pins pretty decently. And also brassed up the screws. We're using the Dremel wire brush wheel. Now, bad news about the cord fabric. I'm not going to be using this cord fabric because I can't get the bloody wires out. But fortunately, you can buy fabric coated cord online for those who are into restoring old school electrical appliances. So yeah, companies still make fabric covered cord instead of or as well as plastic insulated cord. So I'm going to be buying some new fabric insulated or fabric sleeved cord. Now, after dremeling the parts and all that, I've decided to first take a stab at seeing if this transformer is working or not. I haven't quite gotten to testing the transformer as of yet, not in full. I have measured the resistance of the. I've checked to see if there's any conductivity at the mains section of the transformer, at the mains inputs, the primary side that is. And I am getting conductivity, and I'm getting about 23 point something ohms resistance between the lower input voltage input and the common, and I'm getting about 27 point something ohms resistance between the higher voltage input and the common. So the primary is working. I haven't checked all the secondaries yet. I've worked out which is the one of the filament wires, because I know this goes to the filament input and it's piggybacked to all the other filament inputs of the valve sockets. So that's the 6.3 volt filament winding. I haven't found the other filament wire which goes to ground yet. but I'll soon do that. I'm going to actually be removing this transformer anyways, simply because unfortunately the wires have cracked. So I'm going to be removing the removing the transformer, and I'm going to test it out, make sure it's working. I think the transformer should work. There's a good chance it's going to work, even though the paper is kind of rotted. But yeah, so far the primary is definitely looking to be working. There's no open circuit or anything. But yeah, I'm going to test it out, and I'm going to be putting insulation sleeving over the wires, in replacement of the cracked plastic sleeving, or I'm going to be cutting the wires near the transformer and putting brand new wires and soldering brand new wires at the terminals, or close to the terminals, and yeah, using brand new wires instead. Be one of the two. And I've put a plastic label. I've wrapped tape around and yeah, written the voltages just to identify which wires are what. Had to remove some capacitors in order to get to where the transformer wires come through. I've taken plenty of photos, so I know where they go. They're going to be replaced anyways, because they're bloody they're way out of tolerance. I actually did do a capacitance check just out of curiosity, and they're way out of tolerance. I mean, they're old paper caps anyways, so they're going to be replaced anyhow. So yeah, this is the transformer. This is what concerns me. The paper is pretty much rotted off, but yeah, hopefully it's the on the secondary side, the actual windings are still good. All right, so that's pretty much the update for the moment. Oh yes, lastly, we've got this, I think it's a choke, I don't know. Let's see if we can identify it. It's part number 92. Yes, it's a filter choke. It's a filter choke, 14 Henrys, 60 megacycles. No. I thought it was megacycles. I think it is, I don't know. M/A, I don't know what that stands for, to be quite honest. If it was MC, it'd be megacycles, but anyway, but it says 14 Henrys. It's a 14 Henry choke, and it's rated at 6.2 volts and 0.25 amps. It says it's supposed to read 520 ohms of resistance. I checked the resistance and it reads 573 ohms. I'm not sure if there is like a tolerance range for the for these chokes, but it's certainly out of tolerance, so that's a concern. So I'm guessing there's a good chance I'm going to be having to replace this, but I'm going to talk to my tech friends and find out about that. Anyway, alright, well that's about it. Stay tuned for my next update. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.